Hi, I'm Kristen, and this is my entry for the AbsolutePunk contest in regards to My Chemical Romance and Blink-182. So I have to talk about the first time I discovered the bands, and I'll talk about Blink first since I discovered them first. I remember being about 7 years old when All the Small Things came out. Obviously, I think it was like summer 2000. That song was a big hit. And I remember being in my friend's backyard at like 8 o'clock at night thinking we were like so cool because we were out like late considering like how old we were. And we had our little radio out and the song came on and all of our friends on like the swing set, we were just singing every single word, screaming it actually, and just being like really obnoxious and really crazy, and I just remember it. The specific thing about that was funny is, I remember the line, "Oh, work sucks, I know." We screamed that because, ooh, it was so cool to say a bad word back then. So that was my first Blink-182 memory. As years went on, I started actually buying their albums and listening to more than just like what was on the radio. And I fell in love with them. I remember like age like 13. That was like the peak of when I really started listening to them. Then I just finally got to see them for the first time on the Honda Civic tour. So that was fantastic. As of right now, I'd say my favorite Blink album is Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. And favorite song off of that album, Reckless Abandon. Now for MCR, MCR is my all-time favorite band. I've liked them since I believe 2004. I remember the first song I ever heard by them was Vampires. I didn't know what it was. I think I was on like Neopets or something and somebody managed to like put a weird version of it on there somehow before it got like taken down. And then as I got older, I remember seeing I'm Not Okay on TV, the original music video. So after that, I just started, like Googling them, downloading whatever I could find, and in the summer of 2005, my mom took me to Target one day, and I found 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, and I picked it up, and that summer, I could not stop playing that album. I was blasting it everywhere on my little CD player with my big headphones. By the end of like that week, I knew every single word. I just couldn't get enough. I remember I would be listening to it before I went to bed, and I would be like singing and screaming in my sleep, and the next day my mom would be like, you were like singing last night, right? I was like, oh. And then a few months later, I went backwards. I listened to their first album, I Brought You My Bullets. I just knew that this was going to be a band that was really important to me, and still now, I started liking them when I was about 11. I'm going on 19 now, and they are still my absolute favorite. I have a whole shelf in my room dedicated to them. I used to have posters all over my room in my old house. I am just in love with their music, and I'm in love with what they do, and I think they're just a really fantastic band, and I could never say that anybody else is my favorite. This is actually the first MCR shirt I ever got, and I got it when I was 12, and I wore this all the time. I think that's why it shrank. And even though it was a heavyweight shirt, I wore it all summer, and I sweat my ass off, but it was worth it because I was crazy for this band, and I still am. Now I just have other shirts. I've seen MCR live about 7 times, I think. The most recent time was at the Honda Civic tour with Blink. It was such a fantastic day. We had VIP passes, so we were in like the 6th row at Jones Beach. It was phenomenal, and I miss it so much, and I can't wait to see them again. On a more serious note, both bands really helped me through a lot of difficult times in my life, particularly when I was 12 years old when my mom passed away, and then again at 14 when my father passed away. And from that, having that happen as not even a teenager, like just becoming a teenager, it was something really difficult, and it drastically changed my life. I mean, I moved houses. I didn't know what was going to happen for high school, grade school. Everything was turned upside down. And when I was depressed and when I didn't really know what to do, I definitely turned to music, and Blink-182 and MCR were the big ones that I always turned to. At 12 and 13, I was listening to the Blink Greatest Hits, and I went down every track there probably at least once a day for a while. For MCR, it was a mix of 3 Cheers and then later on the Black Parade. So those definitely helped me through a lot, and I could honestly say that they were really helpful in keeping me here and getting me out of my funk when everything went on. And I will be eternally grateful to them for saving my life. And I think that's about it. So, thank you for watching. Bye.